Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt that you don't belong, or you felt uneasy around groups or anything like that? Or maybe you just felt like you just don't fit in. You have friends, but you feel sometimes you don't fit in. And it could be at family outings, it could be in groups, it could be anything. But you ever get that feeling like, wow, why am I so different? And it's been hounding you, and you don't understand, why am I so different? Why am I having a hard time, talking about the things that everybody else want to talk about? Well, I believe that even if you are feeling that way, you might also feel that you don't even have friends, and that might be the reason why, is because you feel that uneasy feeling. There may be some truth about that, feeling like you don't have friends or you don't belong. I think first of all, we all want to have that feeling of that connection with others, and I think that's ingrained in us deeply. And I think the need to belong is so powerful that sometimes we question, why am I not feeling like the oddball in this group, even though deep down inside we long for a connection with others. And I think sometimes we might even look for the connection in people that don't, that we may not or should not have a connection with. But we find ourselves in so many different awkward positions of feeling like we don't belong. It's not just in a group setting or anything like that. You just may have that uneasy feeling. Why? Or perhaps maybe I'm not really belonging in this group, but this is your family. So so you may feel like the oddball, but yeah, I mean, there's differences for everyone. And we'll probably get into that. But I just wanted to make sure those differences are something that is not stemmed from something that's also deep rooted, something that we may have issues within our own selves, and just haven't taken the time to uncover or discover what those issues might be. If you're feeling like you don't belong, it might be important to recognize that this is common. There's a lot of people who feel that same way. Even myself, at one point in time, I felt like, oh wow, I don't even belong in this group, or they're talking about things that don't even interest me. So I shy away from the conversation and move into something that really does interest me. But I believe that happens to a lot of people, and I think that's normal. I mean, that's why we click with some people and we don't with others. So I think that we need to probably explore that within our own selves and find out if there is something different, or find out why we feel that we don't belong. Because it might be us. It might be something that is in us that is causing that reaction. So my question remains, do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel that you're the oddball in the family, or you are someone that's so specifically different than all your counterparts? There might be reasons, and I think those reasons is something that you need to take time to explore. And I believe our society has, like, they put us in these boxes, and they have certain standards, and for everybody, whether it's beauty, personality, body size, fitness, religion, it doesn't matter. I think society puts people in different boxes or different areas, and I might be saying that incorrectly or using the wrong words. But I think you really get what I'm saying, that we are stigmatized in certain ways. And when we are hit, or we have that idea that we're meant for something much more than what we're living for right now or what we're experiencing right now, that might be certain clues as to, hey, let me wake up, let me take a look at why I might be feeling the way I'm feeling, right? So you got to think about that. Are you having trouble? Do you get along with others? Or do you find it easy to connect with others? Do you have conversation readily available for when you meet perfect strangers, or when you're in a group with the family, or at holidays or anything like that? Or do you shy away from those conversations? You need to dig deep to find out what those might be. I think it's common for a lot of people, and I think that some people get along better than other people within the family, and some people cling to their what interests them. So they basically hang on to those people who have maybe the same ideas, same ideology, or the same interests, right? So what is it that you think makes you feel like the oddball in any group? I mean, are you awkward? Are you shy? Do you feel shy around others? If so, you might be afraid of speaking your mind at times, because maybe when you were younger, you were being ridiculed and told to shut up a lot. I mean, it can stem from so many different things. You feel like the outsider in every social setting. So I think that only you can determine, only you look inward and find out what has gone on in your life. Even you may have to go back so far where you can probably think of all the things that you were said, like you might have strict parents, or you might have parents who weren't strict at all and allowed you to flourish and do the things that you wanted to do. And maybe you're overcompensating for something else. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you an idea and try to open your mind to saying, you know what, maybe I do have an issue. Maybe it's with me, and maybe it might be with some other people around you. Maybe they might be projecting their shortcomings on you and telling you not good enough, you not smart enough, or whatever the case may be. Is that one of the reasons why you feel like the oddball? So you also have to take note and look at all these things that might be an idea of why you might feel the way you feel. So I know, and I'll give you a personal story. I know a long time ago, I was told that, you know what, you always mess up, no matter what. And this is when I was a child. You always mess up. It wasn't me that always messed up, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Once I went to live with my grandmother. My grandmother said, you know, I have a couple of rules, and, you know, I just want you to abide by those rules. And yeah, you know, I didn't abide by those rules, and I'm being perfectly candid with you. But I always felt as if though there was something incredibly different about me, something that just didn't make sense to the people that I lived with and the people that was around me. So one day in school, I had this lady teacher who said, you know what, I think that you're so talented and nobody even knows it, not even you. I think that you need to embrace your talent and let it flourish. But it seems like you are afraid to let your talent flourish. Is it because there's somebody at home? And, you know, she was always asking me, is somebody at home telling you you're not good enough? You are. So I didn't have that at home. I didn't have people in my family telling me, you are good at this. You know, we didn't have much of that. We had, most of the time it was, hey, listen, don't do this, don't do that. When I got a little older, I started acting out and doing all sorts of things because I come from a family where my father actually abused my mom's. So there are a lot of issues there as well, and I'm not going to get into that. But I didn't come from a family that was open about how good you can become, how you are so talented. The only person who started pushing me in my life was my sister. And she was the one who started noticing, you know what, you have a lot of talent. And wow, this was blew me away. It was the first time I ever heard it from a family member. So I don't know, but it made me think about why I might be feeling like the odd person in my family. There was so much that I was able to do when I hit my teens that it was ridiculous. And I got into the wrong type of life. So those talents lie dormant for a long, long time. But, eventually you come full circle and you come to a point where you say either I'm going to be like this or I'm just going to go ahead and straighten my life out. But that was my story. But what I'm getting at is that I felt like I was always the odd person in my family, and I always felt like there was something different about me, and I couldn't put my fingers on it. But I knew one thing for sure: I can write. I knew one thing for sure: I can write poetry. And that was the one thing that I honed as a teenager. And so many people who read my poems were like, wow, I can't believe that you can write like this. I just thought, okay, well, this is an idea. This is something that I can do. But there were a lot of people who were saying, you're very gifted. But despite all the people were telling me how they believe I'm gifted, I always felt as if though I wasn't really gifted. I always felt like the odd person in the group. Now, let's look at one thing I wanted to bring up. Let's look at twins. And let me actually back up. I think sometimes when we believe that we are the odd person and we just don't fit in, it might be due to maybe lack of self-confidence or something like that. And I knew I had that. Lack of self-confidence. I was shy, I was quiet, and I was awkward. So I fit into all those boxes. I don't know if that's how you feel. You might be an outgoing person, but I am still shy in a sense today, but I know how to push past it. So you might be feeling one of those people where you're shy or quiet, or you feel awkward. You also might have low self-confidence of yourself or low self-esteem. That might be one of those reasons too, right? Lack of confidence in yourself, which is why people might feel unsure or constantly doubting themselves for any reason or purpose. I know that I felt all those things. And let me ask you this: what if everything I've explained just a few minutes ago is not something you're experiencing, but nevertheless, you feel that there is something incredibly different about you, and this is why you feel the way you feel? What if you're not truly feeling like the odd person in the bunch, but you are feeling rarity of creation that's meant to align you in your own self with your true aspirations that lie dormant inside of you? What if those aspirations that lie dormant inside of you are just waiting to be discovered? Maybe this is the purpose. Maybe this is the reason you feeling odd in any group, because of the rarity in your own self. Now let's take a look at twins. And this is why I say this. They may look alike, they may have similar tastes, however, their personalities are different, right? And their desires might be different as well. Their taste might be similar, but it's still different. Or better yet, let's take a look at Diamonds. Everybody know about diamonds, and they're forged by extreme pressure and so on and so forth. Although I may believe that diamonds may have similarities, but I don't believe that one diamond is the same as the other. But why so expensive? I believe because of their rarity, just like you and I. We may have similarities, we may like certain things, but we're different in so many ways. How? Let's look at fingerprinting. Fingerprints, irises, footprints, and so on. All of those make up our differences. I believe there's something worth your exploration into the deepest crevices of your being to help you understand why that is of you feeling the way you feel, like that oddity. That oddity is not oddities. Maybe you need to just change that and say rarity. You could have a vision that's so uniquely different than your counterparts that it's trying to unveil itself from obscurity to the light of clarity, moving you from life's uncertainty to fulfilling your purpose in life. I believe you might be experiencing your rarity trying to come to fruition, trying to birth itself within inside you. I believe your rarity is going to make you more different than you can ever imagine. So think about that. Do you walk around daydreaming about numbers, music, poems, working hospital, or being a policeman or a fireman, or believing in fighting for causes that you are passionate about? I believe that these might be clues trying to move you into fulfilling your destiny or purpose in life. Your dream may be buried so deep, or it just may simply be on the surface, and what you're doing, you just can't seem to grasp the belief in your own purpose because you can't believe or see yourself in that type of position. You believe that you don't have what it takes to be in that position. I think what you need to do is change your perspective and start to believe. Even Jesus said, I came into the world, and this is the reason why I was born, to bear witness of the truth. I believe we were born for a purpose that has been revealed in you or has not been revealed in you yet. I don't believe any of us are here by chance. If you have a feeling that you were supposed to be doing something more meaningful, something more important, or even something more exciting, it's your feeling, it's your probably right. That feeling in you is probably not there by chance. Maybe it's time for you to change your perspective, change your belief in yourself, and perhaps it may change your life. Well, let's think about that. Your rarity. You're not like everyone else. That's why you feel different. You don't have to be like everyone else to fit in. That's why you're different. You're rare. You're like the diamond. And if you went through so much in life, that's meaning that you are like the diamond. Call yourself diamond. Why? Because you were forged by life's pressures, and you're going to come out on top, sparkling with clarity, understanding, and a purpose within your own life. It's time for you to live it. It's time for you to wake up and say, I know why I'm here, or I'm going to look for my purpose in life. So let me give you a hand right now. If you're feeling any of those things and you gravitate to certain things, those might be clues. I'm talking about goodness, not the badness, all right? If you gravitate to writing, write more, learn more about writing. If you gravitate to helping others, immerse yourself in it and find different ways on how to help others and open the doors that you may have doors that will open up far beyond your fondest dreams. That's because you started pursuing your purpose in life. Don't let anyone tell you you don't have what it takes, because you have more than what it takes. Sure, if you have a purpose in life, there might be things that you need to learn to hone those skills, but that birth, that desire, that thing inside you can't explain, but it's gnawing at you. And it's gnawing at you every day. You're probably at work saying, wow, I can't believe I'm here. But you thinking about that one thing that constantly bothers you, that you just, maybe I need to do this. Maybe I was born to do this. Or why am I thinking about doing this so much? That's because of your rarity inside. That's because the aspirations, the gifts, and the talents that are in you that has yet to be discovered. But it's seeping out. It's giving you clues. It's giving you hints. Follow those clues. Follow those hints. And I guarantee you, your life will start to change. Your life will start to show up with meaning. You'll wake up more with zest in your spirit. I can't wait to get up and start doing this. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. You are rare. Your rarity is special. You wasn't just born to exist, but you were born to persist in your purpose, in your talent, in your gifts. But Dave, I don't have any talents. I don't have any gifts. That's because you haven't explored yet. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has a gift. But those gifts had to be explored. You have to find them. If you don't know them, keep looking. Keep trying different things. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over, because that's the definition of insanity. That means you're not going to find your gifts. You're not going to open up the door to your talents and allow them to walk in or exit out. You are the clue to you. You have a purpose. It's up to you to be brave enough, to be open-minded enough, and to be the person who wants to explore within themselves what life truly has to offer for them. Hey, look, my name is Dave. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. All I wanted to do today was have you think about what differences lie within you. That's it. Because there are things about you that's so different than everyone else. I just want you to know that you are extraordinary. You are fantastic. You were meant and born to be here on purpose with a purpose. Even if you haven't discovered it yet, don't give up on you. Always show up for you, no matter where you are. No matter what you do, no matter who you're with, show up for you. Why? Because you're here for a purpose. And that's what makes you so rare in your own counterparts. You're all different. Embrace that difference. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a blessed day. This is Dave with The Last Podcast. If you want to hit me up, you can do so at dave@thelastpodcast.info. And you can also text me at 972-284-9518. You can text me at 972-284-9518. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. You're listening to The Last Podcast. My name is Dave, and I'm wishing you a fantastic day.